You need to see this chart right here. You have to take a look at this candle right here, which spells hurricane warning for Bitcoin. It's time to buckle up. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Steve. On this channel, we talk about just the facts in Bitcoin. Hit that subscribe button right now. We're going to be taking a look at this chart. On the weekly, the chart that we've been following religiously for about a year. And there's one thing we did not want to happen. There's one thing we wanted to avoid. There's one thing we wanted to steer clear of. It's dropping below this red line. And guess what Bitcoin just did? Drop below the red line. We need to unpack what this means. This is a hurricane warning, and it hasn't been pretty in the past. We're going to break it down, but I also wanted to draw your attention to the Gaussian channel, the legendary Gaussian channel, something we cover all of the time on this channel. The Gaussian channel has helped us predict some of the largest moves ever in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has just fallen into the quicksand in the Gaussian channel. What's my opinion? Do I think it's going to last? What's going to happen next? I'm making an exclusive free bonus video to everyone on our email list. Free on our email list. Free bonus video on our email list. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. I'm going to drop this free bonus video today for our email list, cryptocrewuniversity.com. Make sure you whitelist our email. That's going to be free for the email list. I'm also going to draw some attention to this chart, which I think is going to catch everybody by surprise, and that will be free on our email list, cryptocrewuniversity.com. Make sure you sign up there. You do not want to miss that bonus video for free, and tons of value on our email list for free every single week. Now, back to this chart. The hurricane warning is here. The hurricane warning, loud and clear, a very clear signal. This candle right here just closed, hot off the press. It just closed below this red line. So what does this mean? When we draw our attention to the entire history of Bitcoin, what happens is something very particular, right? We're going to go back to this 2012 pattern. We're also going to go to the 2016 pattern, the 2019 pattern, and this is going to become abundantly clear what's about to happen next. But make no mistake, this is a hurricane warning, right? So take a mental screenshot of what you see right here, because this red line is a very, very important line. This is the pi cycle bottom. And a lot of people are wondering, hey, how do I get this? You go to your indicators, you can pull it up, right? There's two moving averages on the chart. There's a 471 and 150. What we're looking at is our fast line, the red line, which plays a very critical role in every single market cycle. Now, what you notice is that when the market is bullish and when we're in a bull cycle, we stay above this red line, right? You can clearly see it here. When we fall below the red line with the body of a candle, that spells the end of that market cycle and the beginning of our downfall, right? And then we move into the next market cycle and we stay above the red line in the cycle. And then as soon as we close below with the body of a candle, it spells hurricane warning. It literally is a hurricane warning because that starts our downfall. That's the end of that cycle. Now, on some occasions, like in 2019, we are in the midst of a bull cycle, right? We have a bullish cross here where the red line crosses above the green. You can see in past cycles, whenever the red line crosses above the green, that's the beginning of a brand new cycle, right? When that new cycle starts, there are very important things to follow and rules to follow here, right? And the same in 2012, right? When we talk about 2019, this is where things took a turn. We're in the start of the bull cycle here, in the very beginning. This is phase one of the bull here. And then again, we went sideways for about 500 days. This is phase one of the bull here. We went sideways for about 200 days. Where things got interesting is back here in 2016, when we went sideways for a couple hundred days, we did not close a body below the red line. Therefore, we never played with the green line. The green line just remained steady and calm through the whole bull cycle, and we never played with that green line. We never came down to touch it. We never played with it at all. 2019 was different. We closed the body of a candle below this red line, right? We closed the candle below. You can see it right here. When you close the candle of a body below this red line, it's a warning sign. It's a hurricane warning sign. And again, what's very interesting is to go from here where we closed below to actually touching the green line was not like next week or a couple days from now. It was 168 days it took us to get here. What happens is there was a lot of fake outs, right? We went below this red line and then we rallied up, but it was a false rally. Then we crashed down back below, closing below the red line again. And then we rallied again. Each time you rally, the market shifts and everyone's like, oh, this is it. We're going back to the moon. But we ultimately crashed down again. So it was a crash down, a fake out rally, a crash down again, another fake out rally, and then a crash down again. And we went down to retest our base, right? This was our base. We had built our base back here and we retested our base. So for the past 9 or 10 months, I have been saying repeatedly on repeat, the worst case scenario for Bitcoin is we're going to retest our base. The worst case is we retest our base. The worst case is retest our base. It must have been in 30, 40, 50 videos. We've said the exact same thing for about 9 or 10 months. So here we are today. Is that still true? What's going to happen? How important is this candle that's below? Will we have some fake out rallies coming up in the near future? Let's unpack all of these because we can argue, hey, is Bitcoin going to go up? Is Bitcoin going to go down? You know, we can argue with emotional opinions, but let's just focus on the cold hard facts. This is a candle. This is a candle that closed below the red line. When we've done that in the past, there's a very clear outcome. Okay, you can go all the way back to 2012 when we actually closed below with this candle right here on February 20th, 2012, right? And then what did we do? We had a fake out rally. We rallied up and then we came back below this line. And then what did we do? We had a fake out rally. We rallied back up and then we came back down below this line. It's very similar to 2019, but 2019 had more bearishness in our pattern, where 2012 was just ridiculously bullish, but it had a fake out rally, crash back down, fake out rally, crash back down. Same pattern as 2019, both of which had a candle that closed below the red line and held support and tested the green line. Okay, this is very clear because in our next market cycle, we did not close any candle below this red line. You can say, oh, well, Steve, how about these two candles? No. The bodies of these candles were not resistance to the red line. It's just a cold hard fact, right? They closed between the red line, but it was not resistance to the red line. And that is the key because this candle right here closed as resistance to this red line. And this candle right here in February 2014 was the beginning of our downfall. You want to watch these specific lines, and we've been covering this for months and months and months. This is a chart we've been watching for well over a year. We watched it together when we had this red line cross back down through the green, and we said, look, it's highly likely that the bottom is in. And then we had a double bottom here with incredibly strong bullish divergence, and then we were in the start of our bull phase, the phase number 1 of the bull. So I guess the first question becomes, well, are we still in phase 1 of the bull? And if you look out, you can see, okay, Bitcoin has clearly had 1, 2, 3 distinct prior market cycles. Nobody can argue that. People can argue, is Bitcoin going to go up or down? But on this channel, we talk about just the facts. That's probably why you just subscribed, and it's also probably why you just went to our email list, cryptocrewuniversity.com, because we're dropping a bonus video today on the Gaussian channel. You have to know what's happening with the Gaussian channel. The Gaussian channel is probably the #1 chart we talk about on this channel, and we're going to drop it free on our email list. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com to get that. But if you look at it, there's 3 distinct cycles. Can't argue that. Indisputable. In these 3 cycles, 2 of them drop below the red line, and what happened next is they both tested the green line. That's indisputable. These are just facts in front of us. 1 cycle never broke the red line, therefore never touched the green line, never came close to the green line. So another way that we've been saying it is 66% of the time we tested the green line, And only 33% of the time, we did not test the green line. All right. So here we are today, and it's a similar fractal pattern to that of 2019 and 2012 as we speak. This could change. Some facts could be altered in the next month or two where we move away from these. But as we speak right now, with all the given facts in the charts right now, unfortunately, we're close to 2019 for the first time in this cycle. So it's scary. This is a hurricane warning. So what happens next? What does Bitcoin do? Well, if you look at it, we've got this candle right here, which just closed below this line. And what Bitcoin did in past, most people will say, oh, Steve said if we close below this line, we're going to test the green line. So probably later today, we'll test the green line. No, it doesn't work like that. And there'll be people in the comments like tomorrow that are like, oh, Steve, we still haven't tested it. It's already 24 hours later. Well, I just presented the clear, cold, hard facts. When we broke this red line right here, it took 168 days to test here. In between those 168 days were a lot of fake outs. Rally up, fake out, crash down. Another rally up, turned into a fake out, and another crash down. The same pattern happened in 2012. So is Bitcoin going to test this green line in the next 5 minutes or a little bit later today? It's highly unlikely, right? There's still going to be some idiots in the comments that are like, oh, it's been 20 minutes. We haven't tested the green line. I don't know if Steve knows what he's talking about. But again, those people will always make you laugh because they're just like, there's nothing upstairs. I want to talk to you for a second. I want you to remain level-headed. This is a clear hurricane sign, but it could be a blessing in disguise, right? If Bitcoin were to come down and test this green line, the green line is currently at about 17.6K. Keep in mind, depending on price action, there's going to be some curvature of this green line. It's going to continue to move. This is a moving average. It's based on price action, right? So this is going to move. It's not going to remain at 17.6K. It's going to be different tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit different next week. It's going to be very different next month. Now, what I want you to do is remain level-headed. What we see is some early warning signs that there are some turmoil coming. However, Bitcoin could potentially avoid it, and I'm going to get more into it in the bonus video with the Gaussian channel and this little surprise here that I don't think anybody is paying attention to. Now, for our sake, for right now, the green line has always been in play, right? I said when the market bottomed, when we had our double bottom in December of last year, I kept saying to everybody that it's more risky to be out of Bitcoin than in Bitcoin. And everyone thought we were going to drop substantially lower from here. Everyone's been screaming for it, and they've been waiting for it since. And since that time, I said on repeat in video after video after video after video, it's more risky to be out of Bitcoin than in Bitcoin. It's highly probable we just double bottomed. It's highly probable we just double bottomed. Based on the facts, it's highly probable. It's more risky to be out of Bitcoin than in Bitcoin. Then we went into phase one of the bull. And for the past 8 or 10 months, I've been saying, worst case scenario, Bitcoin comes down to retest our base. I said it in video after video after video. These are not opinions. These are just facts. Here, when we bottomed, the worst case was we retested our bottom. Here, when we bottomed, the worst case was we were going to retest our bottom if we broke this red line, but we never did. So the worst case has always been for Bitcoin to retest our base. That does not mean we are taken out of phase one of the bull. We will remain in phase one of the bull based on the cold hard facts in the charts in front of us. We retested our base here 160 days later. We were still in phase one of the bull. Nothing took us out of the bull. This was not a bear market. There's no evidence in the charts to suggest this was a bear market. This was simply a double bottom. And may say, oh, COVID crash, blah, blah, blah. These are just facts. We can't argue that. There's no evidence to suggest that we entered a bear market here in Bitcoin. There's no. Yes, it was a big crash. Okay, we retested our base and we needed it. This rally that we had initially was not sustainable and we didn't build proper structure and we got penalized for that. Here, we have built good structure. We've built really healthy structure so far. That's the difference between us and 2019. That's also not up for debate. This is incredible structure. This double bottom that we built here with incredibly strong bullish divergence, and we started building structure right on top of our previous resistance. It's all incredibly healthy for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is in a bit of a snag. We've flashed this signal. This is a hurricane warning, but I think we're okay for now. And again, the worst case scenario is we come back and we retest our base. It's not going to happen today or tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster to get there, but I'm going to be here with you every step of the way in the roller coaster to keep you level-headed, to keep you looking at the facts. So make sure you subscribe, and also make sure you go over to cryptocrewuniversity.com. Exclusive bonus video dropping today for free. Tons of value inside of there. I also want to discuss a question that I keep getting asked in the comments a lot recently. Steve, what is the FFA? What the hell are you talking about? So the FFA is the Financial Freedom Academy. It's something that I've been working behind the scenes on, blood, sweat, and tears for about 2 years building it. Let me tell you the origin story about this because it's really going to connect with you. So I wondered, why is everybody getting into crypto? So I started doing a lot of polls. Like, is it because you want a Lamborghini? Is it because you want to be rich? Is it because, you just want some extra money? Like, what is the reason you got into crypto? I ran tons of surveys, and all of them were pretty shockingly in one direction. It was very clear cut the reason why you and everyone else entered crypto. It was to gain financial freedom. And I said, holy crap, I didn't really realize that. I thought people were just getting into crypto to get quick money, get a Lambo, whatever. But I was wrong. Everyone was in there to get financially free. And then I said, holy crap, nobody is teaching anybody how to become financially free. Everyone is here in crypto to get financially free, but quite literally nobody's teaching it. Luckily for you, I've been studying financial freedom longer than the charts. I've been studying the charts since I was 16. Since I was 16, I started in the stock market. I started studying successful people in business before that, financial freedom before that, and ever since. So there's quite literally nobody better on the planet to teach financial freedom through crypto than me. There's nobody better. So for 2 years, I've been working on developing this program that's going to change so many lives. My courses have already changed a ton of lives, but this Financial Freedom Academy is the first of its kind. Nobody has ever combined financial freedom. A lot of people talk about financial freedom. Nobody's combined financial freedom with crypto. Nobody knows crypto and financial freedom. Nobody has combined them until now. So I've been working 2 years behind the scenes on this program, this membership that's going to change so many lives. We had a beta launch earlier this year. It's locked right now. You can't sign up. Almost all month, you can't sign up. Once in a while, we'll open the doors. It's a very small program right now. We're making it better and better and better every single day. It's getting incredibly good. We're hiring experts to come in to help us mold it. It's going to be a game changer. So it's the Financial Freedom Academy. That's what you see. I get this comment a lot. Steve, what is the FFA? Now you know a little bit more about it. This is my baby. This is going to change so many lives, the Financial Freedom Academy. And I can't wait. If you haven't seen it yet, you can join our waiting list and we'll keep you updated. So I wanted to let you in on that piece of information. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you right back here. I'm going to try to do another video today, and we have our bonus video dropping today for our email list. I'll see you there as well. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. Are you looking to take control of your financial future and gain financial freedom? All the key is right here in front of you. Click the link down below. There's only going to be limited seats.